Soy Johnny Scoville. Este es Chase the Heat, South America. Hola, mi amigos. ¿Cómo está? We're on a roll there. You know what? I don't learn Spanish when all I say is the same stuff I always say. I only learn something if I make a mistake. It's kind of like life, right? Anyway. So look, today I went to the store. My favorite store is Super Baxi. And we got these, you saw in the thumbnail, these came together. It was a package deal. $2 and change for both of these. We got hot sauce and we have jalapeños and rojo. Pickled. I'm excited to be reviewing this. So it was a sort of good day, good news, bad news thing. This morning I went to the farmer's market to find super hots. And man, I got to get there really early. I think, and I'm not sure, but I think that all the restaurants, and some of the stores get their produce from the farmer's market. So I got to get there early. However, when I was at the store today, I found a bunch of hot sauce. Now, none of them are crazy hot, which is actually a good thing for me because I'm rebuilding my tolerance. But really excited to do reviews again. Let me show you the first one. I'm going to review this. This is it's from Olé. It's a company this is the same company that made the Reaper sauce that hurt me. If you haven't seen it, please watch it. I don't know if it was panic mode, but man, oh man, it was brutal. But the funny thing happened in that video. I got roasted. I got roasted by everybody watching, and I mean, it was hilarious. The comments are just. I've watched it twice, not to watch the video, but just to read the comments. Dizzy Dragon and Kellyanne, top honors. It was hilarious. So, and this is the company, Olé Hot Sauce. Receta Original. All right, so this is Aji Con Maracuyá. All right. So, let me give you the ingredients of this sauce. What we've got here is sugar, vinegar, passion fruit, I love it, pineapple, I love that, ají mash, which is jalapeno and salt. We've got lemon, salt, ají mash, which is just a little bit more of the salt, I guess. It also has ají seeds as well. So this is what we're looking at, and it's beautiful. Lots of good stuff in there. I like seeing seeds in hot sauce. It kind of reminds me of where it came from, Super excited about this. Now, let me give you the ingredients of this while I'm on a roll. Now, this was kind of wonky. When I pulled this off, it kind of pulled some of the writing off. Pops in my sleep when I roll over. Anyway, listen. We have green jalapeno in brine, which is green jalapeno in water and some vinegar. It's got salt, sugar, red jalapeno in brine, water, vinegar, salt, and sugar. Here's the thing. It's kind of funny. Not ha-ha funny, but kind of like funny. It says on the label, rojos y verdes. Verde. I was kind of looking for some rojo peppers in there, but it is what it is. So we're going to try this one first. All right? I'm really excited about this. So I'm sort of re-energized. I'm kind of excited to get to eat more, to burn again. If you didn't see, listen, if you haven't seen that, the roast video where I ate this sauce but with their Reaper version, please check it out. It was an important video. Number one, it was funny. It was really funny, and not because of me, but because of the comments. I drank about half a gallon of yogurt in that video. True story. You gotta watch it. It's hilarious. But what made that video great to me was I've had a problem for a lot from the first week that the channel was going. I had people that would use the L word. And I mean legend. They say it all the time, and I really struggle with it, But my tolerance is now dropped. It's gone. It's gonna come back, I promise. However, even though my tolerance is gone, what it did for me was all of a sudden I'm okay with people calling me a legend. Here's why. When you're in the moment doing what you do, I didn't think about it. When I started the channel, you guys didn't see me do the climb to build my tolerance. My tolerance was already ridiculous. And when I was making videos, it's doing what I do. I didn't think it was anything special. Now that my tolerance has dropped, that sounds good. Now that my tolerance has dropped, I look back on the things I did. I'm like, wow, I did that. So I don't mind if you call me that. I think it's done respectfully. Anyway, so here we go. This is the one with pineapple, passion fruit, all kinds of good stuff. It's got chunks, and I'm kind of excited about this. I'm putting it on my anatomical snuff box. When you hold your thumb like that, the tendon here creates a little pocket. When it's down, it won't, but like there, it creates a little pocket. And it really is called the anatomical snuff box. Okay. Oh, it's got a lovely aroma. A bit fruity from the passion fruit and the pineapple. My mouth is watering. That's a good sign. All right, so let's give this a shot, people. Ah, it's beautiful too. From Olé, Aji Con Maracuyá. I am Johnny Scoville. This is Chase the Heat. Tommy's gonna love this. The first thing that stuck out was the texture of the sauce. It's got a great mouthfeel. It's like nectar. It's lovely. The fruit stands out right away. You're going to pick up on the passion fruit and the pineapple. And I can't really identify them both. They kind of come together. Jalapeno is the heat source, so it's not crazy hot by any stretch, but it moves my needle. There was a day where jalapeno wouldn't move my needle, and this does. It's absolutely lovely. There's a terrific sweetness. It's not overly sweet, but it's just got a really neat flavor. And the seeds give it a really cool texture. I love that. We're using sauce a lot now. We've gone through several bottles of their jalapeno. You know what? I can taste the pineapple. If you just taste it, you're going to get the fruit. But if you look for the pineapple, you'll taste it. On the front there, you'll see a little picture of the passion fruit. That's what it looks like. All right? Lovely. Let's talk about the heat. First of all, it's very versatile. You can put this on. We're going to use a lot of this. You can put it on so many different things. Whatever your imagination is, right? For a non-chili head, it can probably be anywhere from 4 or 5 and up. If you've never ever eaten anything hot sauce, this could be very, very hot. If you're a chili head, this is going to be somewhere around I can see people saying it'd be from one or 2 and up. My tolerance is really low right now, so this is probably just being straight with you, probably a 2 or 3 even. It is what it is. But the flavor is absolutely fantastic. I like it. Olé is a great company, you know that? Somebody said during the roast video that it was a good endorsement for Olé company that their sauce destroyed me. And it did. But honestly, the comments were so funny. You guys ever watch a roast on TV? I watched the roast of Pamela Anderson, and it was so disrespectful and vile and horrific. I don't know why anybody would subject themselves to that, right? But this wasn't like that. It was all done with good spirit, fun, and I laughed. I swear to you, I laughed till tears were coming out my eyes. I'm not even joking. That's literally, it was absolutely fantastic. All right, so we got pickled jalapenos. Now, it says rojo and verde, but all it is jalapeno, red and green. Well, red, I'm a dummy. Red and green. See that? I'm learning Spanish, but I'm learning it slowly. Rojo is red, and verde is green. Go figure. I had a moment today in the store. I was shopping. I was trying to get some hydrogen peroxide. So I couldn't find it anywhere, right? I was getting alcohol and hydrogen peroxide. So I put it in the language app I've got. Do you have peroxide? And it said peroxide. And the dude that worked there looked at me like I was asking for an illicit substance. I'm serious. He looked at me like, no, we don't have peroxide. So I started looking around, and you know what I found? I found a small bottle, and it said agua y oxygen. It said water and oxygen. So I was like, water and oxygen. I got a funny feeling that's going to be hydrogen peroxide. So I went to Chat GPT. Boy, we're close right now. We use them a lot. What I said is, I typed it in. I said, is this Spanish for peroxide? And they said, yes, it is. So it's not a big jump, people, but listen, I'm learning, you know. Any improvement is really, it feels good, you know. I may have said this in a previous video. We're using a couple different language apps. Watching some movies with Spanish subtitles. The one we've been watching a lot is Napoleon Dynamite. If you haven't seen that movie, my goodness, you have to. It's hilarious. With us, what we found is it really helps a lot if it's videos or movies that we know. Like we could, we know every line in it. The advantage is, since you know what the line is, you don't need to. You can just look at the subtitles. But the best thing about watching movies in order to learn Spanish, this is significant, is we're learning slang. In the language app we're using, and maybe as you get more advanced, they teach you things like slang and nuance and things like that. But we're not getting there yet. So in the movie, we're learning slang, which is really critical because here's the thing. Kind of like French. When I took French in high school, we went to Canada at the end of the school year, and the French that they spoke, that they taught us in class was not like the French they were speaking in Canada. It was odd. I mean, it was sort of like it, but not really. It was very strange. And what we're finding is that what we're learning from the language app isn't necessarily what they're speaking here. And the other thing we've noticed, which is very cool, is that when I listen to an expat who speaks Spanish, when I listen to an expat, an expatriate, it just means somebody who doesn't live in their country of birth. When I listen to an expat speak, I understand like all of it. I really do. My comprehension is very good. What's not so good is me being able to converse back. However, I'm getting there, and I've seen vast improvements on my comprehension, so it's kind of a cool thing. You ready for this? Yeah, I'm ready. Pickled jalapenos, red and green. The sweet sound of success. Oh, how beautiful. At the very top, we got some red jalapenos. So, from Olé, Pickled jalapenos. Soy Johnny Scobo. It says, Chase the Heat, South America. I got that one down. Here we go. Now, one thing I've learned about, because a lot of people make their own candy, cowboy jalapenos, a lot of people call them, just pickled jalapenos. And I've noticed a lot of them are kind of like bread and butter pickles, but with jalapenos instead. This is much sweeter than the pickled jalapenos I've had in the States. Lovely though. A great crunch. Now get some of the green ones down. For less than $3, less than $3, that's a ripping good deal. All right, I like the sauce a lot. I would highly recommend it. And I do like the pickled jalapenos. I do. But it's much different. It's much sweeter than the pickled jalapenos I've had in the States. I kind of like, I kind of prefer the pickled jalapenos I've had in the States. But this is lovely. I wouldn't, it's delicious. It moved my needle. And I'm telling you, there was a day where that would not have moved my needle in the slightest. But it absolutely did. I'd say it's probably the same heat as the hot sauce. Probably like a 2. Sounds lovely, doesn't it? Absolutely delicious. So, let me tell you what's coming up this week. Got a lot of sauce. I bought probably 10 different kinds of sauce. So a bunch of sauce videos coming up tomorrow. I'm going to get up and go earlier to the farmer's market. I hope I have some success finding super hots. What I'd like to do is find a grower. The growers that grow the peppers, give them some super hot seeds to see what they can do with them. The weather here is incredible for growing peppers. So that's kind of an idea. Brock Bandy was suggesting that. It's a brilliant idea. So I'm going early for that. Also, tomorrow, hang on 1 second, people. It's terrible. I had to look at my iPad to see what day it was. Sorry. So tomorrow, we're going out to the recovery camp again, and then again on Thursday. So Tommy and I went out last Thursday and had the most, if you haven't seen the video, it's a morning video I did. One of the most amazing, aside from the birth of my children, this was the, honest to goodness, the greatest day. The most, impactful day I've ever had. And Tommy, same with Tommy. If you haven't watched the video, please do. You'll see it it's one of the live videos from, it was last Friday, okay? If you go back and see that, you'll hear all about it. It was the most moving thing I've ever seen, It put everything in stark contrast, for real. And, when we first heard about the recovery center, we thought, maybe this is the reason that we're here. And then after we left, we didn't stay in the car because we had company, but the minute we got inside our apartment, we were like, this is why we're here. It became so brutally clear to us. And I'm excited about that. I want to help people. So, but if you get a chance, I'll put links to the description box for Olé. If you get a chance, these are delicious sauces. They taste, they have this great sort of, especially the jalapeno and the habanero, even the Reaper, very, very fresh tasting. Sometimes you'll have an experience if you try a lot of sauces. You'll have sauces that are just sauces, and every once in a while you'll have a sauce that it tastes like somebody just bottled it. You know what I mean? It came off the bottle line and they handed it to you and said, try this. That fresh, And Olé sauces have that. They have that quality. So if you get a chance to buy Olé sauces, do it. You won't be upset, I promise. And I don't know, maybe world market, there's probably, it's an Ecuadorian hot sauce company, but that doesn't mean, there are probably other areas where you can get that. So please check it out. So you'll see that in the description box. Katie's at the sliding glass door doing this. About that high off the ground. She's getting so big. The cats are hilarious. We're having so much fun with them. Hey, listen, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you have a great day. Whatever you do, live on purpose, people. Live on purpose. Make sure you go with the lake for your switches up. It's not a spectator sport. It's a participant sport. Soy Johnny Scoville, SDS Chase the Heat, South America. Buenos dias.